Sir, thank you so much for your support. I wanted to ask you when you will come to Kiev?
Soon.
Soon? Where? When?
Soon.
We are waiting for you. Thank you so much.
Witkoff announced a visit to Kiev. 1,000 people died a day, Rutte on Russia's December losses. And why Finnish president doubts Russia will accept 20-point peace plan for Ukraine. The latest news next. Witkoff announced a visit to Kiev. Today he is flying again to Moscow, where he and Kushner will hold talks with Russian dictator.
Sir, thank you so much for your support. I wanted to ask you when you will come to Kiev?
Soon.
Soon? Where? When?
Soon.
We are waiting for you. Thank you so much.
With the Ukrainian delegation, we came to a single issue, discussed various options for it, and it seems that it can be resolved, said US President Special Envoys to Witkoff during the Ukrainian breakfast in Davos.
And I think we've got it down to one issue, and we have discussed iterations of that issue, and that means it's solvable. So if both sides want to solve this, we're going to get it solved. That's my view.
Steve Witkoff has said he is satisfied after meeting with the Ukrainian delegation in Davos, adding that talks on ending the Russian-Ukrainian war are at the final stage.
I think we made a lot of progress. I think at the beginning of this process, there was a little bit of confusion. I was going to run into Moscow quite a bit, but I think it was important enough to go there.
Witkoff also spoke about the conversation he had the previous evening with the Ukrainian delegation, which consists of Rustem Umerov, Secretary of Ukraine's National Security and Defense Council, Kirill Budanov, Head of the President's Office, and David Arachamia, leader of the Servant of the People parliamentary faction. He added that he feels optimistic about the possibility of ending the war.
They've been amazing, by the way. You have an amazing negotiating team. We spent a lot of time together. I don't know how much, but it could be 100 hours together since Geneva. It's literally that comprehensive, and I think we've got it down to one issue. And we have discussed the duration of that issue, and that means it's solvable. So if both sides want to solve this, we're going to get it solved. And I told the president, Trump around that last night.
The special envoy also mentioned Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky, saying he is actively engaged on the issue. He is available, he is accessible. Whenever there is a need to call him to get a steer, we get on the phone with him, he stressed, adding that Trump is also always accessible. Witkoff said he will next travel to Moscow and then straight on to Abu Dhabi. That's an important data point because in Abu Dhabi there will be the working groups, military-to-military issues, prosperity issues. Witkoff said, noting that prosperity issues are critical.
All night long we spent at dinner last night talking about the upward trajectory for the Ukrainian economy and financial system. Capital markets, the jobs. The president has talked about a tariff-free zone from Ukraine that I think would be game-changing. You'll see industry move into that area in a huge way. Imagine you get to outcompete because you're not paying tariffs when sending goods into the United States.
Ukraine may receive a tariff-free trade zone with the United States after the war ends, which would significantly contribute to the country's recovery, says U.S. Special Envoy Witkoff at the Ukraine breakfast in Davos.
The President of the United States, Donald Trump, has talked about a tariff-free zone from Ukraine that I think would be game-changing. You'll see industry moving to that area.
Witkoff said this, adding that Ukraine will outcompete because it won't need to pay tariffs when shipping goods to the United States. He also emphasized that Ukrainians truly deserve an end to the war and that major efforts are currently being made to achieve this. Ukraine's post-war recovery. Ukraine's recovery plan, or the prosperity deal, envisages attracting hundreds of billions of dollars for the country's post-war reconstruction with the participation of international partners. This concerns the rebuilding of infrastructure, energy, housing, industry, and the modernization of the economy with a focus on reforms, security, and integration into the EU. As reported by Ukraine's Deputy Prime Minister for European and Euro-Atlantic Integration, Taras Kachka, Ukraine's prosperity deal, which is expected to bring hundreds of billions of dollars into the Ukrainian economy for post-war reconstruction, has been agreed at the technical level. It was expected that the United States and Ukraine would sign the Ukrainians' prosperity deal at the Davos Forum. However, as Axios reported, citing an unnamed Ukrainian official, plans for the signing of the document by US President Donald Trump and Ukrainian leader Volodymyr Zelensky were cancelled. A US representative said that no signing date had been set and that the document requires further refinement. President of Finland, Alexander Stubb, doubts that Russia will approve that 20-point plan as part of agreements to end the war, stressing that it is therefore important to strengthen support for Ukraine, Stubb said during a Ukrainian breakfast at the World Economic Forum, The Guardian reports. According to Stubb, Ukraine, the United States and European countries are capable of agreeing on a good package of decisions to achieve a lasting peace. At the same time, he doubts that Russia will agree to such agreements. The president of Finland is concerned about Moscow's position. Support for Ukraine must continue. In this, he agreed with NATO Secretary General Mark Rutte. Stubb also emphasized that Finland, as a new NATO member, can play an important role in strengthening security in the Arctic region. Separately, the president of Finland addressed the strategic goals of Russian dictator Vladimir Putin, which he said have failed. In particular, Putin sought to seize Ukraine and make it part of Russia, but this will not happen. Stubb expressed confidence that Ukraine will become a member of the European Union in the future. The Kremlin also sought to stop NATO expansion, but instead saw Finland and Sweden join the alliance, effectively doubling the length of Russia's border with NATO. In addition, Putin aimed to strengthen Russia's influence in the world, but the situation in Central Asia, the South Caucasus, as well as in Iran and Venezuela, indicates the opposite. It's not exactly a success story from the perspective of the Kremlin, Stubb noted. The president of Finland also rejected claims that Russia is winning the war. According to him, Russia loses about 1,000 soldiers every day, while the Russian economy is experiencing serious problems due to high inflation and interest rates. NATO Secretary General Mark Rutte said that in December, Russia was losing around 1,000 soldiers per day in its war against Ukraine. He emphasized that this number refers to soldiers killed, not just wounded, according to NATO's website.
And yes, it is true. The Russians have lost in December 1,000 people dead, not seriously wounded, dead, a day. That's over 30,000 in the month of December. In the 1980s in Afghanistan, the Soviets lost 20,000 in 10 years. Now they, Russia, lose 30,000 in 1 month.
Rutte said this during a panel discussion at the World Economic Forum in Davos. The Secretary General also noted that while there is much European attention on Greenland, the main issue is Ukraine.
As we speak, Russian missiles and Russian drones are attacking the energy infrastructure in Ukraine. We know that it is now minus 20 degrees in Kyiv. We know that Ukraine can only take care of 60% of its own electricity.
Rutte added that despite heavy losses, Russia continues to escalate attacks and offensive operations in Ukraine. The Secretary General also said that 90 billion euros in aid from the European Commission will only be there in March, April, May, whenever, so that still takes time. Additionally, Rutte stressed that Ukraine still lacks interceptors and American gear because it is not any longer available in Europe.
So this focus in Ukraine should be our #1 priority, and then we can discuss all the issues, including Greenland. But it should be Ukraine first because it is crucial for our European and US security.
That's all for today. Thanks for watching this video. Support Ukraine, like and subscribe.